Dad and I have begun our final challenge of FM24 in the Super League. And we've started in Tier 3 and we've climbed our way to the top and are really pushing for trophies, with the winner being the one to lift the Super League and the Champions Cup first. And after flirting with the Champions Cup for the last 2 seasons, I'm back to being eliminated in the early rounds. Although the league form finished great, we are still nowhere near the top dogs. But at least we're still better off than Jamie Carragher, for now. So the start of the window, I spot a striker I have to bid in for Arbeloa. He has a release clause that's crying to be activated and looks an incredible talent for 22 years old. But he decides to reject me and stay with Bilbao instead. Dad was signing a very good centre-back for a decent price from Tanzania, £60 million for Mbena, who moves to Poznan. I decided to cash in on my centre midfielder Tekin. I didn't get much more than what I paid for him, but I'm planning on changing my system and he no longer fits. My big signing of the window is a goalkeeper from Inter Milan. Huge money, but he is probably the best goalkeeper in the Super League. I don't know what's going on, but a second striker has rejected moving to my club from Roma. So instead, I signed Zilner, a German centre midfielder who at 22 is fantastic. My concern was that I was losing Raylev, who's joining Villa on a free. So instead of buying a striker to replace him, I ended up going with Zilner, a centre midfielder, and we looked to add another centre midfielder to our new system. To all of our surprise, Jamie Carragher is then announced as the new manager of Liverpool. He's in the tier below for now, so we don't have to worry about him, but the start of the season did creep up on us quick, and we actually had to play each other in July. And with my new system and new goalkeeper, I was optimistic of a good result. However, I would be wrong. Dad resorting back to a 3 up front absolutely battered me 4-0, and we'll hold bragging rights over that for a long time. But at the very least, the positives of progressing through the Champions Cup is something we can be pleased with at this early stage. Well, my new goalkeeper is very good. Just 4-0 against you. He didn't play very well that game, did he? Well, to be fair, considering he conceded 4 goals, 6.7 average rating, tells me it probably wasn't his fault.
He probably could have been a lot more.
Yeah, it was the right wing back that I've been trying to lock in.
Yeah.
Esnalt, who is fuming that I've barely played him last season and requested to leave, but he isn't going to. So, bad start. But transfer-wise, we've got the goalkeeper we needed, and you might remember him because it's the goalkeeper that Inter Milan had in goal when they won the Champions Cup against me. Back then, he was only 20 as well. He's 22 years of age now. He's fantastic. He's a very good goalkeeper. So
100%.
I paid a lot of money.
I mean, reflex is 20. I don't think I've seen a keeper like that.
No, I paid a lot of money, but it's one of them where it's like, well, it's the main position that I needed to improve. There were, of course, some departures, some sad ones too, with William Jiggle. He's gone. And Fatih Tekin, who, of course, we signed for quite a lot of excitement, but he never really, just sort of after that first season where he got 16 goals for me, never really continued that. So I cashed in £67 million, and that allowed me to bring in Thomas Zilner for just slightly less, who I think might be better in the long run. 23 years of age. Mentally, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very good player. I like his player traits as well, but he can also play deeper, and that's the reason why I got him, because if you remember, Fatih Tekin couldn't. He was playing there or centre attacking midfield, so he was more of the attacking midfielder, and I think we need to focus more on playing that defensive side of the game. So we've pulled it back. We've got 2 strikers, but we've got 2 centre midfielders on attack. Esnalt and Borges. I'm locking in Borges. He's got one last chance. He started the season and he scored more goals than what he did throughout the whole season last year. Last year, I think he only had 9 throughout the whole season, whatever it was. He's got 8 already in the league alone. And he played 13 games compared to 44. Yeah. So he started so well. Last year, he got 7 goals throughout the whole season. This year, he's already got 8 and 13. So he's really booked his ideas up because he's also got 8 assists.
Yeah, that's good as well.
16 goal contributions. So we're starting off very well considering how bad our results were. Esnalt, of course, being locked in. We'll see if he can naturally take this into his position. He's already, if you think, only played a couple of months, already got to an accomplished position in that, which is great. Hopefully his happiness will go up and he'll ask to come off the transfer list. Had to lock him in still for the whole season because Julian still goes in there, which is fine. Like, he can just play a bit part.
I think that'll change next season, won't it?
Yeah, I think Esno will just be locked in for that. But yeah, I'm happy with the defense. I think Zilner is a great addition. I'm still confused as to why Bernat goes there. I just don't understand it, really. I think having Zilner and Lang in those two would be so much better, but there we go.
They look like brothers.
Yeah, they do. They are exactly the same hair and face, almost. That's crazy. But yeah, not a bad start in terms of player performance, but we've had 2 bad spells already. We'll see. But at least we're through the cup because that's 7-1 against Nice. Thomas Zilner getting a couple of goals there. Borges as well. So, yeah, we're all good. We got Le Havre in the next round, in the 3rd round too. And they are in the 3rd tier. We should really be smashing them. But we've seen it happen before. It doesn't always work like that. So, there we go. Now, Dad, your transfer budget at the start of this season
very easy one
wasn't a lot. Yeah.
No.
So, you only managed to get 1 player in.
Yes.
No players out either.
Yep.
And Boehner.
Good centre defender, really, I thought. So this guy sort of helped me out in defence. Where I was sort of like conceding a lot of goals. We're not getting the starting 11, but he'd be pushing, knocking on the door and saying, why isn't he getting there? His physicals are very good and his mentals are very good as well. So
yeah.
The only thing I sort of think is a bit sort of bad on it is passing's only 10. So I've got him in training and working on that, really. And his dribbling's only 9, so for a centre defender, it's not too good because I like playing ball-playing defenders.
Yep.
So it's not too good for that, but he's got everything else. So yeah, it's a good addition to the side.
Yeah, not a bad price either, really. £60 million, which is the same what they paid for him like 5 seasons before that. Yeah. So they've developed him, and then you just took him for the same price. Tanzanian as well. Yes. Might be the first Tanzanian player that we've ever bought. We've had a Vietnamese the other day.
I've actually been there as well.
Have you? Tanzania?
Yeah, when I lived in Gibraltar, I went to Tanzania, yeah.
Crazy. Didn't even know that about you.
Nope.
And you're my father. But there we go. So, okay. Not bad for that, but you have changed tactic.
Yes.
Going for a 4-3-3 now.
I've gone back to it again, yeah. It sort of... I thought the last sort of league sort of campaign wasn't too good, so I've gone back to what was working, especially seeing I felt with Coco being in midfield sort of makes my midfield a little bit stronger as well. So try the 3 boys up front again. I know they'll score goals for me.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Let's try that again.
Well, schedule, obviously you've played some difficult games, the likes of Inter Milan and Man City to the first 2, and you beat them both.
Yes.
So that's quite an interesting one.
And I've got a draw against PSG after they won the league as well. So that's 2 seasons in a row I've drawn with the champions.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a few results around it. Real Sociedad and Napoli that sort of let me down, I feel, and Sunderland. So hopefully starting improving on that.
Yeah, I agree. Now, of course, the hilarious situation that we do... Are they not in our league anymore? But the hilarious situation that we have been following is... Oh, my God, Liverpool actually got relegated. That's hilarious. Jamie Carragher is now the manager of Tier 2 Liverpool. So
because they got relegated, they got desperate.
Yeah, God, bring in Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, we desperately need him.
Nobody else wanted him. But yeah, they've had a lot of managers. You can see that are getting sacked after just 1 season. So how many players? Every single player there has only lasted a season. That's crazy. Yeah. It ain't looking good, Brev, for Jamie Carragher, is it?
Nope.
I can't even recognise half of those names anyway until you get down to the likes of Unai Emery, who was there after Slot. Slot is the only one who has lasted a 2nd season, as you can see. Ernesto Valverde's there. Italiano was sacked as well. Then I don't really recognise Coudet, Oniki.
I reckon he should get Gary Neville as his assistant.
Yeah, he should. I don't think Gary Neville would be in here.
No, I don't think he would.
Would he be in here, Gary Nev? No, he isn't. No. But yeah, there we go. So Jamie Carragher is in charge of Liverpool. They are top, though. He started really well there.
Yeah.
They've got to be playing their 4-4-2, isn't he? Is he still playing the foot? Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Classic. A classic Jamie Carragher football. But there we go. So we'll see and we'll track to see whether they join us in the Super League for the following season and whether it's still going to be Jamie Carragher. But yeah, Champions Cup is what I'm aiming for because I think I'm already out of the league, 23rd. That stands a bit of a chance though. He's still 12 points behind Man United. You just never know. If a couple of wins go on a good run, you just never know. Dan enjoyed more good form for the rest of the calendar year, including getting through the next 2 rounds of the Champions Cup with ease. And I was in the same boat for once as we absolutely smashed through the 3rd, 4th and 5th round of the competition, scoring a lot of goals with Zilna really performing in all 3 matches, getting 3 goals. But nothing had improved for me in the league, and I was still down in the mid-table section, far away from relegation though, while Dad was sitting in the top 8. Dad defeated PAOK in the 5th round of the Champions Cup 4-1, but then he had to play Napoli, and a youngster stepped up. Carragher from the youth team scored 2 goals to progress Dad through to the quarterfinals, where unfortunately that match was against Dortmund, and it went to a penalty shootout, and the Dortmund substitute goalkeeper Jovanovic made 2 vital saves to knock Dad out. Meanwhile, I was pulling off fantastic results in the competition of my own, beating Milan and AZ Alkmaar in the quarters to face Dortmund myself in the semi-finals. And overall, the second half of the season in general got a lot better for us as we both climbed the table. To win the Champions Cup though, you have to have good luck and make very little mistakes, and unfortunately, mistakes were made in the first half. We did pull things back even with Dortmund in the semi-final through Borges, of course, but Dortmund fired back with a second and a winner just 9 minutes later, and we're out. Well, Dad, we both went on very good runs, but we couldn't get past the eventual winners.
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund, who, under Terzic. Has Terzic been there the whole time? 7 years he's been there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've gone on to win the Champions
it's
Cup.
one of those where the big boys got knocked out and we missed it, didn't we?
Big chance. Krasnodar and Fulham was the other semi-final. Such a huge opportunity to go through. They beat us 2-1. They beat you on penalties. Even at that stage, all of the big guys out of it.
Yeah.
In the 6th round, Liverpool's in their luck. Jamie Carragher, they got promoted, by the way. They're sat in 1st place. Was knocked out by Dortmund. But even in the 6th round, the likes of PSG, Real Madrid, Man City, none of them in it. Man United, Man United just won the Super League.
Yeah.
None of them are even in it. Man United were eliminated by Dortmund, so Dortmund thoroughly deserved to go on and win this, by the way.
It's a shame, really, because if I had beat them, I would have met you in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So one of us would have been in the final then.
Yes, against Krasnodar.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, anyway, you didn't do too bad in the league. 90 points.
After the last 2 seasons, I've got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
That means I went back to that tactic again and it's worked. It's got me back up the league again, back in the 6th place. Still a long way off the leaders, Man United. So, but the league keeps changing, doesn't it? It's different teams now, so it goes to show.
It's exciting.
You only need one really good season and you could be jumping right in there.
And you have Penyev, who got 31 goals for you this season. Unexpected, because he wasn't the ones that was naturally going up front.
He wasn't.
The last couple of years. He 15 starts, 31 off the bench last year. This season, given a starting role, got 31 and 14.
Yep.
And was only in behind still Erling Haaland, who's 33 and still here scoring goals.
I'm happy with that. Definitely happy with that. So I'm moving in the right direction now.
Yeah. I think you've had a really good year, to be honest. I was down in 14th, but again, I had a really really tough start. So I'm not surprised whatsoever. But financially, it's going to be good for both of us there.
Yeah,
You've got 162.
Yeah.
You can see how it's helped you.
Yeah.
With a £98 million transfer budget, just getting to that quarter-final and obviously winning in the league.
I mean, that's another one player that world-class player I can buy now.
Yeah, absolutely. Whereas myself getting to the semi-final, up to 400 million again, which was obviously round about where I was the last couple of times where I got to the final and the semi-final. And I've got £100 million to spend. So again, it's helped the money-wise. And of course, my new signing, my new right back, he is now a natural as a wing back, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's absolutely fine. But yeah, what we're looking at really, 26 goals. We've got 24 from Pavon. Not bad at all. We're playing with a winger now. We've got 13 assists, 13 goals with Levski, who's been out on the wing, but hasn't actually started that many games. We've got good amount of options, I would say, going into the next season with another £100 million. Goalkeeping wise, we're solid with Diana. He played 55 games, did really well. That's the point. Let's have a look at the statistics for this year. We've had a look the last couple of years. This time you had the most goals.
Yeah.
So last year it was me. This time it's you. You got 113, 91 for me. But fewest conceded, we're still not there.
No.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm only in 14th, so that ain't too bad. But that's still almost double what Real Madrid have conceded, what Man United are conceding with 32.
Where am I again?
So you're even further down than that. All the way down in 35th.
In the 70s again.
Yeah. Mentor, you're finishing higher than me.
Yeah.
After that. But I think you just scored so many goals.
Yeah.
So Man United had 26 clean sheets in 47 games. That's absolutely disgusting. I was joint 4th, so it wasn't too bad with 19. But there are improvements there. But we need to prove again if we're going to get anywhere close to the top, because John Valencia in goal for Man United is nowhere near better than either of our goalkeepers.
No, 100%.
So it's what we're doing system-wise, defensively, and D'Amato up front has been really good for them the last few years. He's scoring a lot of goals for them. And Baldanzi, they've got 2 Italians going forward who have been absolutely solid for them the last few years. They've won another one. So we can see there from the past winners. They won it 3 years ago. They've won it again in between Real Madrid and PSG. Okay, well, let's go spend some money, shall we? Because, we're looking at... I'm going to change to a winger. As you can see there, we're flicking over to a winger, so we'll see how this one plays out this summer. This summer was really quiet for us as we spent all of our budgets on one player each to try and impact and improve our side. And I was buying, for what feels like the first time ever, a winger. Changing the system after a lackluster year to have a left winger, and the one player I did buy wasn't my only option there, as many strikers in my team can also do the role. We were getting the best out of both worlds for that player though, because the inside forward quite often drifted to make a 3-striker formation, and he was a deadly scorer. Not to mention he's 6'2" and had great jumping reach, which was quite handy for back post crosses. Dad's money was spent on a defensive midfielder to stop the goals from going in, and from the start of the season, it was clearly working. Because after 11 games in the Super League, Dad was top after winning 9 of them. However, Dad is already out of the Champions Cup, which I am still in. Well, we had a very quiet transfer window for once.
Yes, we did.
Both of us identifying one place that we needed to add a player in. We spent all our money on that.
And I got knocked out of the cup first round.
Already knocked out of the cup, well done. But you are top of the Super League right now.
Yes, I've had a hell of a start. So, yeah, I'm really, really pleased with the start I've had. All right, I've lost 2 games against Atalanta and Porto, but every other game after that, I've got the 3 points, so I'm really pleased.
Beating some of the big boys like Real Madrid as well, 2-0. Sebastian's still there. Barcelona as well. Braga, was it me or you who struggled against Braga a couple of seasons ago?
It was you, yeah.
Yeah, so, you're doing all right.
Gladbach is usually my bogey team, isn't it, really? When I play in the German league, that is anyway, so...
So let's have a look at your one and only signing that's happened. I mean, Mortensen has left the club as well, £40 million. He has gone striker, but Scott Fenton is the only player to join, 115 million, going up to 155. It was
a position I felt I had to sort of improve on, and this guy's done it for me. He's already had his full potential already at 22. So I mean, his physicals and his mentals are really, really good. His first touch is there, his passing's there, his tackling's there, his technique. He's got everything really for that sort of position, really. So even his positioning off the ball, his work rate, his vision, he's got it all.
Yeah.
So it's a definite improvement.
From Kittian and Nevisian, which
I know exactly where that is.
I reckon that's the first time we've ever signed a Kittian and Nevisian player.
Yeah, I think it is.
Perfectionist personality, so, good to have in the changing room, even though he might have already reached his full potential. Picked up from Arsenal, because that's your favourite club. £115 million is a lot of money, but we are at the stage now where if you want to get the world's best in that position, that's actually quite cheap.
And the good thing is I beat Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
In the first couple of games, so I took one of their best players and I'll give them a hammering as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with that.
So to give you an idea, if we were to get rid of obviously the best players in the world, you're looking at costing you a lot more money than what it would for anything else. So I mean, that's only cheap because it's my player. A lot of them are just not for sale, or you're looking at close to 200 to 300 million pound. If you're looking at Man United striker there, that's not even the one that's scoring them the goals, 300 million. So finding these key players now is going to, especially if they're new gens, are costing you stupid amounts of money. A 26-year-old centre defensive midfielder there, world class, nearly 300 million pound could cost you. So when we're spending 115 million up to 155, and you're going, God, that's a lot of money. It's quite reasonably priced, to be fair, for a world class player.
Yeah.
So Scott Fenton has joined the club for you. My one and only signing is a winger. So I've switched to a winger this season. As I mentioned last year, we are going to switch to a winger. Vlasic can play there, but I think I needed to bring in an out-and-out winger, and this guy comes in, and he can also play centre mid, so it gives us options, and we're not going to lock anyone in. Another player from Southampton as well, Romanian 23-year-old. They got him on a free. They played quite a lot with him and done really well. So £96 million was the only transfer that I actually had, because I didn't even have anybody leave the club. So that was quite nice, to be honest, having the same sort of team coming in. Hasn't started off too well. I mean, I've drawn quite a lot of games, to be honest, which is a better sign than me losing like 3 or 4 and winning the other 2 to reach the same amount of points. But I mean, I beat Man United 4-0.
There we go.
Yeah, you are the current champions, and we're through the next round of the cup, which is something that Dad can't say he is.
I'm concentrating on the league, though. I'm going to concentrate on the league this season.
Fair enough. I mean, I would be too if I was top of it right now. I'm all the way down in 16th. So, Dad, your tactic you're setting up is the same as last year.
I'm staying the same. Yeah, I've got Fenton in.
Couple of changes in the roles by the looks of it. Fenton has joined though, and it seems to be a positive start for you in the league campaign. This is, I would say, the best chance that either of us have had. I mean, they are rating us ridiculously high, 2nd and 4th.
When you look at our teams, we got to be there knocking on the door. I mean, you knocked on the door quite a few times with the cup.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't be a bad side and be doing that.
Yeah, that is true. Liverpool ranked 13th for Jamie Carragher's newly promoted Liverpool side. We'll see about that.
I love this when we're just slaughtering him.
I know, I really hope he gets sacked. He's so funny, wasn't it? Okay, let's see how this season plays out. Will Jamie Carragher stay in a job, or will one of us be lifting a trophy at the end of the season? Dad's great form at the start of the season only continued, and he started to look like a contender for the Super League title. However, my form was also fantastic, and we breezed through another 3 rounds of the Champions Cup. Not only that, but we started winning a lot of games and went from September to January unbeaten in both the league and cup, with our new winger scoring and being involved in a lot of the goals we did score. And you might be surprised to see that Dad and I are currently sat 1st and 2nd in the league with just a point between us two. In the Champions Cup, we overcame a good Ludogorets side in the 5th round, but then we met our match with AC Milan, who was our next opponent, and they beat us 2-1. However, it wasn't just the Champions Cup we began losing games in, and surprisingly, Jamie Carragher's Liverpool were really good. In fact, with a few games remaining, they are on the same points as Dad and have split between the two of us sat in 2nd place. The following month was exactly when me and Dad had to play each other as well, and once again, Dad smashed my Irish side. In fact, he went on a 4-game winning streak right at the right time. And Liverpool, although unbeaten, did drop 2 points against Porto. I lost too many points to be included, but Dad's battle with Carragher was going down to the wire. And Dad's next 2 fixtures were big wins as well, beating Athletic Bilbao as well as Torino as he continued his push for the title, where it wasn't as impressive for Liverpool. They beat Benfica comfortably, but then lost to Chelsea after a red card in the 3rd minute spoilt their chances. Dad then lost his next fixture to Manchester United, which could give Liverpool a slight chance if they were lucky and won their match. But a draw at home against Rangers meant the title, unfortunately for me, was secured for Lech Poznan. Well, I don't believe it. We have our first trophy. Oh, I can't believe I was cheering on Jamie Carragher's Liverpool to go on.
I'm just glad I beat Jamie Carragher.
Oh, no. Can't believe it.
Come on.
Jamie Carragher's Liverpool, newly promoted, finishing in 2nd place. All the way, I was thinking, how am I going to explain this, that I wanted Jamie Carragher, managing Liverpool, to beat you there and win the league? I mean, I didn't have a bad year.
When he just won it.
Yeah, I had 100 points.
Yeah, 100 points. Just good at it, really.
So, 108 points, but we have our first trophy, 1 of 2. Congratulations, Dad. You've won the UEFA Super League, 1 of 2. Knocked down.
Halfway
you
there.
only need to win the cup now.
And I'm awful in the cup.
And you have completed the challenge. But the trouble is, you barely got past the first round. Oh, so, I mean, well done.
Yes.
Really well done.
I was there all season, so I'm pleased with that.
Yeah.
Good, consistent season, really.
Yeah.
Leading
Penyev,
goal scorer.
leading goal scorer, highest average rating, nearly the most player of the matches, and 17 assists. Talk about an unbelievable season for this young man. I mean, that is phenomenal. Really, really good. The system seems to really favour how he plays football. Really, really solid from you. I've got nobody up there other than Diana, so that's all right. That's not
Because of yellow cards.
Yeah, yellow.
I dominated that.
Scott Fenton then, newly coming in, like getting 18.
That's what I got him in for.
Yeah, there's a lot in there, isn't there? Bloody hell. Oh, right. So, I mean, great end of the season as well, Dad. You only lost there to Man United, and you beat me 3-0 as well. I couldn't even cost you. So you had a little bad spell in March.
Yeah, I nearly chucked it away there, look.
Yeah,
so...
you beat Liverpool 2-0. Obviously, beat Jamie Carragher, the rivals near you. Done really well towards the end of the season when it was getting close.
Yeah.
So a solid end of the season there. Whereas I had a okay end of the season as well, to be fair. Only lost 3 in the final 4 months, but only lost to PSG, yourself, and Manchester City. To be honest, I can't be grumbled about that.
That's 3 top teams,
yeah. I'm just really annoyed that we couldn't beat the likes of AC Milan when it come up against us, especially going 1-0 up against them in the 6th round. I mean, let's have a look at the Champions Cup, because Milan went on to win it, so that's twice in a row. I mean, it's an all-Milan final as well. Twice in a row that I have lost to the eventual winners.
Yeah.
Which some people go, you lost against the eventual. That's worse than me. Like, well, if I beat him, I would have won it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just frustrating, isn't it? But never mind. But money-wise, I mean, I only got to the 6th round. We've still got a good amount of wages and still £125 million to spend next year, because now I am chasing. Squad-wise, we've got 23 goals from my winger coming in and doing well in his first year. Pavon getting 23. What did I say? But Borges, every other season he has a stinker.
Yeah.
15 and 14. He's got an injury there. Is that a bad one? No, he's all right. He's only twisted his ankle. But Vlajevski's got more goals than him, and he only started 19 games compared to Borges' 43. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with Mads Borges. He's 27 now. Do we keep on? I mean, nobody wants him at the minute. When Man City was offering me £170 million, I was like, no, I ain't getting rid of him. Now I'm like, I should have cashed in. But there we go. What would you do with Mads Borges if you were in my position? Would you be selling Borges, keeping Borges? I don't know. Because some seasons he's amazing. I mean, it says there, very consistent performer. I call bullshit. Because that isn't consistent at all.
No.
But, okay. Dad, your squad. Penyev obviously leads it with 17 assists, 31 goals.
Yeah.
But Vidmar there with 22. Really good. Rovik with 17 and 11.
The 3 strikers sort of done me proud this season, didn't they? They've all found the back of the net consistently for me this season.
And even Ulshova only started 23. He got 13.
Yeah.
So we're all doing really well.
I'm pleased with that. Good finish this season. Got the trophy in. One in the bag. Halfway there.
Yeah. We mentioned a couple of seasons ago the winger, the fullback side that you bought in. He is now classed.
Oh, yeah, he's looking really good now, isn't he?
5-star.
Yeah,
we don't normally highlight the development as much, but he
That was a good buy back then. When it was it 3 seasons ago? I bought him 4 seasons for
115 million.
So I've got what I paid for.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is good news, really.
Yeah.
So I haven't got to worry about that position for a good few seasons now, really.
No, that's it. Very good. All right, well,
I've got a small squad, and I sort of like having a small squad, because then the assistant manager doesn't change the team too much.
That's the trouble.
You know, when you've got a team that's winning the league, surely I should be doing better in the cup when he can't change a team completely.
Yeah.
Which is what normally happens, isn't it? So, I don't know where to go from this, really. So, got a bit of money.
Big budget.
110, so I'm really pleased with that.
Big wage budget too.
I can get another... Definitely one world-class player in, so I'll go look at that. Maybe 2 if I'm lucky.
All right, well, make sure you stick around for another episode of the Super League. Dad has knocked down 1 trophy, and he's only got 1 to go. It's the UEFA Champions Cup, but I don't think he's got past the quarterfinal yet.